today to expose a miscarriage of justice that's resulted in illness, suffering, and a loss of property. Under the Obama administration's leadership, EPA has caved to the oil and gas industry's pressure. They've put political considerations above the health and safety of people who live in the communities that are hosting drilling and fracking operations. Today, the people on the front lines of fracking are here to tell their story. They're telling their story to the EPA's Advisory Board Committee. They can set the record straight. We're going to ask Steve Lipsky from Parker County, Texas, to step in. He's about to testify at the Advisory Board meeting. Steve.
My name is Steve Lipsky. I'm from Parker County, Texas. I've been up here to DC. I think this is my 4th time in other places. And to be honest with you, I'm tired of it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be here. We're victims. Do you think we asked for this? No, we didn't. Anyone who would come here and enjoy this is crazy. This is not fun, and our life has been ruined, and I just want to move on with my life and get past this. Right now, we're here to speak again today. 5 years and 5 minutes. Good luck. I'm just going to go over some things. I'm going to go over here at this meeting. I have some scientists here also. Our cases here have been the most studied cases ever. For 5 years, I've had some of the best universities, Duke University, Arlington, all these, and again, the labs, Isotech labs, the gold standard. They're same labs as industry uses. All have the same conclusive, is that in my situation, I can speak as my water is, they call it a gas well, not a water well. The Railroad Commission, basically, after doing their testing and Range Resources back in 2011, they sent us a letter, and a lot of my neighbors, saying that the results showed that your water is safe to drink and there's no danger in using your water in your home. Okay? They also, in the same letter, also said that in the headspace of my water well, which basically is my vent, which the hose used to be hooked up, it had been melted, now it's a pipe, and it's always been a vent, is that it's over around 500,000 parts per million of methane alone. That's over 10 times explosive limits. Henry's Law will tell you, you cannot have a 2 or 2.3, you have to have very high levels of methane in your water for that to be happening. That's where that comes from, is the water table. Another letter here from Range's attorney to my attorney, basically stating again that, that my well is safe and poses absolutely no hazard, okay? I also have, I'll just show you here too, real fast, is at the Railroad Commission hearing, it said a lot of things, no problems with the well, there's violations, always has been. Second of all, they said there's no faults in my area. Right here, got a great area, that's 3 faults, probably more faults in the entire Parker County, if not Texas, right underneath my house, okay? That's been out in public domain for decades, even before they drilled, okay? Last, again, is the last part here is when the Railroad Commission came out and did the last set of testing in 2014, I have audio tapes I'm going to play later in the future of them lying, false reports, fraud. But here I'm going to show is that their own technicians, when they did the testing, basically said that they used what's called the inverted sampling method. And the reason why they said it is they said that my water was significantly effervescent to use this method. Effervescent means that the methane is separating from the water, basically bubbling. And again, if you look at the OSGS report, the own government's report, it says here clearly that methane reaches saturation in water at 20 milligrams per liter, basically saying that that's also at 28 will light on fire. But we all know, based on my testing, it's between 50 and 70, the highest ever probably tested in a residential well. And it actually says right here that this should be addressed immediately. It's dangerous. The Railroad Commission, Barry Smitherman, in June 6 of 2012, basically said this to, Congress, that I tried to attempt to extort $6.5 million from Range. David Porter said in February 5th, 2014, that it's completely fraudulent and stunt. I have more than enough evidence of, they won't even admit the fact that what happened is caused by drilling, but they won't even admit that I have a problem. And I have audio tape to prove this. Last but least is the EPA. They said in the OHG report that they had a right to issue this emergency order because Range did it, they said, again, and that it was dangerous. But the reason they withdrew it is they said to reduce the cost and legal risks associated with ongoing court cases. Basically, they can't afford to fight industry. I'm supposed to do it. I'm an individual. Our government can't afford to. Reduce, they also said that reduce because the resident has obtained water from a separate source and no longer using a water well. Well, I've been for 5 years on my own. It went and hooked up and got water delivered for 5 years, a lot of money. And again, even though after they're telling me I can use it. And also, they're saying that, reason they withdrew is that Range agreed to do this hydraulic fracking study. They didn't do it, okay? They made a deal with them. So basically, ever since this happened, they told me, came to me that we have proof. I was surprised when they called me. The science shows absolutely that Range Resources contaminate your water. Okay, I was not a party to the road commission hearing. Couldn't be. I only had a week or two to prepare. And I mean, they told me I was not a party to this hearing. EPA was not either. And now the EPA basically abandoned me. I don't know what to do. I'm being sued by the industry for simply saying that they did it after my government told me they did. And also because I said my water light's on fire. I think the rumor is the reason they're after me is they said it's misleading. They're saying that it's not the water that lights on fire, it's the gas in the water lights on fire. I mean, seriously, your water's not dirty, it's the mud in the water. And so, I mean, it's not polluted, it's a pollution. I mean, my water that comes out of my well lights on fire. Okay, it's the methane in the water it does, and that is what the problem is. I have way too much methane and other chemicals in my water, and the documents prove it here. Anyone at any time, it's called Old Faithful, it does it. You can come out to my house, see my well light on fire, see the vent light on fire. The vent's always open. The venting, it does not make a difference to the water qualification. And I'm here one last time. I'm done. I don't want to be here anymore. And if the EPA can't stand up and defend me and say there is a problem, then apparently they think they made a mistake. And if they made a mistake, they need to apologize to all of us, Range, me, everyone. And December 1st, I'm going to go ahead and hook my water back up. And I believe that the EPA legally, if they believe that this is true and their documents are true, they should have to stop me. I mean, they're going to actually endanger my family. And I'm not crazy, but again, if they don't stop me, that tells me they think the same thing. What am I supposed to believe? I have all these reports. They have done nothing about it. Well, just recently. So again, December 1st, I will be hooking this water back up. I do every safety precaution I can, but again, let's just see what my government does. I mean, they already abandoned me. If they don't step forward after this, I mean, they're basically admitting that they're wrong. And I mean, I don't think they are. Everyone else proves they're not. But we'll see what happens. Okay, thank you for your time. I need to go speak. Thanks, Dr.
Thanks, Steve. Thank you. Thank you.